All right. You guys hear me okay? Beautiful. All right. So we are going to dive right into it today because I have a radio spot that I have to do at 7:40 with From the Ashes Radio. And I'll send you guys a link in case you want to listen to it in the chat. But today we are going to be diving down the emotional path. Let me go ahead and hit record. By the way, I love that you guys are all here. Love seeing you guys staying committed. Looks like we got Moses, Savannah, Allison, Lisa, Sarah. I was about to call you Valerie because I saw Valerio, Melinda, and Conroy. All right, guys, let's kick it off. Let me hit record. Cross computer, Monday. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Mindset Monday. Very happy to have you guys here. Let me get my microphone settings right because I can't hear myself. All right, beautiful. So today we're going to be talking about emotions. And what are some questions that you can ask yourself when you start to feel negatively towards a situation, anything that happens? I want you guys to come with intention today. I want you guys to think about how you can or how this applies to your life. Every single coaching call that we do, there's value in it. Now, whether or not it applies to you, even if it doesn't, you can take something away from it. If we have a conversation about kids and you don't have kids, it doesn't mean you can't take something away from it, right? So just remember, every single coaching call that we do, there is value in it, and it just depends how you apply it. Wake up, Allison. All right, here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me share the slides as people jump in. Here we go. All right, and do me a favor. Make sure you guys are using the chat as well. If you guys want to drop any questions and you don't want to forget them for the end, I will be sure to read them once we get started, all right? Share screen. All right, here we go. Present. All right. So, reframing your reality. What are the 7 questions you need to ask yourself when you're stressed out, when life isn't going your way, when you are feeling emotional, when you're feeling down? We all go through this, myself included. Like, this is not exclusive to any one person, and this doesn't just happen to certain people. It happens to everybody. Now, whether that feeling is depression, anxiety, worrying, any sort of feeling that you feel that isn't aligned with what you want, you can reframe it. You can look at it from a different point of view. You can understand that there's value behind it. It just depends how you look at it. And today we're going to be covering what are some things that you can ask yourself when you are worried, stressed, feeling anxious, feeling down. Because these are tools that you can use to consistently reframe how is it that you look at your reality. So, the illusion you're falling for is one that you paint for yourself. The quality of your life is directly tied to the quality of how you feel. We all know that when we leave the gym and we do an awesome workout, or we eat healthy, or we are around people we love, we feel great. We also know that when we are feeling down and we are in a dark room and the weather outside is cloudy and things are not going our way, we feel down. Your thoughts operate as a rapid fire question and answer process. So, the quality of the questions that you ask yourself of why am I going through this? Why is life this way? Why do I feel down today? It creates something for you to think about. And the reason we are priming today about asking yourself certain questions is because I want you to reframe your perspective, how you look at stuff. We're all about shifting the perspective. A lot of us that started here, maybe initially we didn't see the gym as something that could change our lives the way it has. Show of hands, who has had their life changed just because they've been consistent in going to the gym? All right? I mean, for me, it has. So, like, you can reframe the way you look at something, and it will help you in other areas of your life. The quality of those questions creates actions and emotions. The things that you ask yourself, the things that you focus on, that it will manifest in your life. It will come to be reality. You have to train your brain to sorry, I got a fly or something. You have to train your brain to ask yourself better questions, and then you can actually create a better life for yourself. Thoughts are like magnets. What you think about often becomes real. How many of you guys have felt the feeling where you're thinking about someone in your life, maybe someone you haven't talked to in a while, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Facebook will show you one of their posts, or maybe they'll even message you, or you'll run into them. We manifest everything that is in our life, positives and negatives. The same way that Facebook and Instagram algorithm pays attention to what you are looking at, and the phone listens to you and it shows you stuff that it thinks you want to see, your brain works the same way. So if your brain constantly is getting feedback from you that you are thinking about negative stuff, it's going to keep feeding you those negative thoughts. But if you are constantly working on reframing whatever happens to you and asking yourself the right questions of why this is happening to you, you can start to look at things a little bit differently, and your brain will help you realize that you are actually building resilience. You are in a better place. You are responding much better than you normally would in the past. So what can we do to actually have better thoughts? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here are the 7 questions. Here are the 7 questions you need to ask yourself when you are feeling stressed, when you are feeling down, when you are not where you want to be. Question number 1. What does this mean? When you left the military, you can be sad because a chapter of your life is ending. When you graduate from college, you can be sad because you're going to lose all your friends. When you're leaving a job, you can be sad because you're missing out on something that used to be very big in your life. Or you can be happy because you've made it so far, you've accomplished so much that now you are leveling up and you are going on to the next thing in life. Your whole life is ahead of you. It's not about what happens that matters, but about how we respond to it, how we look at it, the perspective that we give ourselves. The mind is a powerful tool. The mind will give you clarity if you allow it to. But if you don't allow yourself to really focus on what is it that you are trying to change the perspective of, it's very hard to do that. There are so many things happening in the world. There's noise everywhere. And not everything deserves your attention. Right now, in this room, I got my kids playing downstairs. There's birds outside. I have light right here. I have the bathroom over there. I have the vent blowing air. I have my phone right here trying to draw my attention. A lot of stuff is happening. But you have to focus on what is it that you are actually trying to achieve in the moment. What does this mean? Is this something positive? Or can I look at it as what will positively come for this? Or is this something negative? Because it's not. What can I do? What can I take away from this that's going to help me make sure that when I do leave this position, this job, this graduation, whatever is happening, maybe it's a friendship ending. Maybe it's you changing your habits and now you don't get to hang out with your parents as much as you used to. What does this mean? You have to reframe the situation. You are not bound by a predetermined meaning of an event. You are the one that assigns it meaning. Not everything that happens that hurts is bad. It's just something that is causing a feeling. Reframe it. It might be hurting you because of how you used to see it in the past, the way that you grew up, the feelings that you've attached to it maybe as a child, or it can just be a tool. Because if you want to live a life of meaning and you actually want to change your life and you actually want to do something with it, it's very hard to do so without upsetting people, without ruffling a couple of feathers. Things are going to happen. You're going to get hurt. But does it have to be the thing that stops you, or do you use it as a tool to give you fire to keep going? You control the meaning that your mind gives an event. You control the meaning that your mind gives an event that's happening in your life right now. Right now. I could easily say that I'm going through the worst time of my life, or I could say that I am a phoenix rising from the ashes, and I'm going to get to rebuild and reconstruct my life the way I want to. I'm leaving a job that I've been working for 10 years. Does it scare me? Only if I allow it. Or I could easily say that now I finally get to do what I want to do. I will be free of it. I get to create the life that I want for myself. Whatever you are going through, whatever you've been through, even if it's in the past, you can actually still reframe that. Everything that you have been through, there is something positive from it, even if you didn't feel like it was. Question number 2. What do I have? Focus on the positive things in your life that you do have. So when something bad is happening, It's very easy for the mind to drift into the areas of what you're missing out on. Oh, I don't have a partner. Oh, I don't have the best job that I want. Oh, I don't have the money that I need. Oh, I don't have the car. I don't have the friends. Whatever. You have to make sure that you focus on love. Focus on your principles. Focus on what you do have. When you're stressed, think about who loves you and who you love. Specifically, happy memories. Why? Because this is going to help you. It's going to actually trigger that warm and safe feeling, like a mental hug. I'm not telling you guys to pull your life up and just, take life as it is and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. No, that's not what I'm saying. I will never tell you to ignore your feelings. I'm telling you to address them and then focus on positive ones. Focus on those happy feelings, because the way that you feel, the things that you focus on, will actually change the way that you feel in your overall kind of demeanor. Focus on your principles, your faith, personal beliefs. These can actually guide you in moments of crisis. You do have a moral compass, and you know what's right from wrong. We have to remember that we know what's right from wrong. We can't just sit idly by and let things happen anymore. So when things happen, think about, what do I have? Not what don't I have, but what do I have in my life right now? I have community. I have support. I have friends. I have a mom and dad that love me. I have a car that gets me to work and hasn't fallen apart on me. I have a job that I cherish because, you know what? I feel meaning there. I have a family that I can go camping with on the weekend. I have a job that actually allows me to take weekends off. I have a job that gives me the summers off. I have a family that allows me to actually go to the gym instead of messaging me, where are you, where are you, where are you? Focus on what you do have when you start to feel stressed, because I promise you, it will change the way that you look at everything else that you feel is stressing you out. What we focus on will become the primary thing that we feel has control over our life. Question number 3. What am I paying attention to? Possessions versus lack. This is very similar to question number 2, but it's a little bit different, because I want you guys to think about, are you looking at what you have or what you don't yet? You're working towards it. Don't think that you're worthless or not successful enough. You focus on the positive in life, the small wins, your loved ones, your progress, and what you are still working towards, what you were able to accomplish today. You went to the gym, you woke up, you have a job, you have purpose in life, you have morals. These are things that you actually possess right now that are helping you get by on your day-to-day. Give attention to what has gone right in your life so that you can condition your brain to respond better to what isn't going right. When we pay attention to all the stuff in our life that's going wrong, you can't come up with the plan of how to make it right. When we stop paying so much attention to it, when you detach from it a little bit, you start to realize that there are a lot of reasons for you to be happy with where you are at in your life. And those things, they start to lose a little bit of importance in life. And sometimes they need to, because when you assign a lot of importance to something, we have something called decision fatigue, where we don't know what to do because it is so high value in our life. Is it really going to change anything? Is it really going to be that big of a factor? The happiest people focus on what they do have, not on what they don't. You guys have choice. You guys have power over yourselves. You guys have the ability to realize that when you show up for yourselves, you are in a better place. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't realize that they are the exact sum of all the decisions that they've made in their past. And they don't realize that every decision they make will cost them in one way, shape, or form. Whether it's time, whether it's health, whether it's financial, whether it's relationships, whether it's happiness. And when you guys pay attention that you are a direct result of all of the decisions that you've made in your life, you are the sum of that. It gives you power to realize that you do have control, you do have choice, you do have power. You can focus on what you do have. Question number 4. What will this matter in 5 years? Will it even matter in 5 years? See, most of our daily stress is short-lived and it won't affect us long-term. It's just something that's happened right now. It doesn't even matter. It probably won't even matter in 1 year. There will always be emergencies. There will always be fires to put out. Conflict is a part of life. This doesn't mean you shouldn't minimize all your problems. This just means you have to pay attention to where is your energy going to go, because it's going to cost you energy. It's going to cost you energy. But you get to decide what fires you do put out. You get to decide what fires aren't even yours to put out. Does this matter long term? Is it something that truly affects you? Or is it something that's just happening that you think or someone else thinks that requires your attention when it really doesn't? We have to be able to see the big picture. It helps keep the small things from weighing you down. Question number 5. What can I control? You cannot control other people's behaviors. You cannot control other people's thoughts, their feelings, their actions. You can control you. Stop pretending all your worrying can change it, because it's not going to. When you realize that worrying is one of the most useless things you can do, because you're not solving anything, you're not strategizing, you're not coming up with a plan, you're trying to worry yourself into a solution. It's not going to happen. It's wasting energy. It is draining you from whatever you are presently doing. You're not focused on the task at hand, whether you're at the gym, at work, trying to sleep at night. You're not going to solve your problems by worrying about them. It doesn't mean ignore them. It just means you need to dedicate time to actually address them. But you have to address your issues, the things you can control, your behaviors, your thought patterns, your feelings about the situation. And above all, your actions. Because actions really do speak louder than words. You cannot control what other people do, say, think. You can decide who's in your life. You can decide who you allow to affect you. But you cannot control what other people do. We're still on 5. All right. Worrying about things you can't control is going to just add stress, and it's a waste of time. Focus on where you can actually make a change, and then put all your energy into that. For example, focus on doing your very best at work, at the gym, on your meal prep, at going to bed on time. Instead of stressing about your boss's mood, a situation that you can't control right there in the moment, something that's going to happen next month. The fact that you feel like this happened and it's weighing you down, but it's actually not even that important. Knowing what you can control and acting on it gives you power and a better state of mind, because you just let it go. You can't do anything about it. Focus on what you can control, because then all your energy is actually expended in the right place. Question number 6. What's the one thing that I can do? Now that you know what you can control and the seriousness of the problem, find one thing that can actually significantly reduce this issue, the catalyst action. What's a catalyst action? The catalyst is an action that causes significant change. If overwhelmed by tasks, delegate one big task to someone you trust. Ask for help. Speak up. If your house is messy, start by cleaning one room. If you are in a situation that you don't want to be in, remove yourself from that situation. There has to be a strong catalyst for you to be able to change whatever is happening that's making you feel down. What is the one thing you can do? You can't find the catalyst action when you don't know what you can control or what the significance of the problem is. So let me give you an example. If you keep waking up late and you're consistently late to work, and that is stressing you out because your boss is coming down on you, and therefore you miss your gym session, and then you are driving home and you go to McDonald's because you didn't meal prep because the weekend got away from you. These might feel like a lot of things that are stressing you out, but what is the one thing you can do to actually control the situation? Who knows? Raise your hands. Allison, what is the one thing you can do that can actually change this entire situation? Yeah. That is completely in your power. The world shuts down at night. Nobody needs to get a hold of you. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, sleep mode, put it on the charger, and I know you guys have been getting better sleep because of that. And then go to sleep. Do everything you can to actually get to sleep. And that catalyst action can actually address all of the issues that you are suffering from, because you can start developing a better pattern. And it's not just doing it once, it's consistently addressing the issue. All your other problems that are happening in life may be coming from one thing that you just need to address. Maybe it means setting boundaries. Maybe it means learning to say no to people. But what's the one thing you can do to actually change what's happening? Question number 7. What perspective do I need? I want you guys to think about a tough time that you've gone through before. Just think about a situation, something that you've been through. Let's just say it's job loss. Let's just say it's divorce. Let's just say it's losing a friend. If you've been able to handle that, you can handle other things in life. You've been through something worse before. Think about it. What's the worst thing that could actually happen? Because if it's happened, you can go through other stuff. And right now, maybe something that happens isn't actually the worst thing that can happen, because you've already been through something worse. Remember, someone always has it worse than you because of their perspective. Being thankful for the small, good things can actually make your problems seem smaller, because you're not giving them the value that you used to assign them. It helps you have a better perspective of everything in life. You understand that when you work out, you have a better day, so therefore you give more value to actually making it to the gym. And when you understand that worrying about something that you can't do anything about doesn't give you any value, you can assign a smaller value to that, so therefore you don't give it as much attention. Thank you for your time, guys. Let's go ahead and take ourselves off mute. Who has a question? Raise your hands. Let's talk about this. What came up for you? Nobody? Who has felt in the past like they worry too much? Who feels like they still worry too much? Who feels like they're always stressed out about something that's happening in life and it's continuous? Eric? Allison, I saw a couple hands raised.
Well, I have to constantly right the ship when it comes to being grateful for what I have and the opportunities that I have. I'm getting in a new career, and things are, well, they're kind of rough with the tenant. She doesn't really want to leave, and it looks like I might have to be kicking somebody out. But that's the thing, is like I get stressed out by that. But a